Hey, what's good this morning? What's good this morning? What's good? Y'all know what it is. It's me, your boy Trey the Commissioner. You got Bishop, the GOAT, and People's Coach CC. We're here this morning, week 16 live in effect. We got some little special, a little different from there. It's probably going to start up a little conversation. Pardon me, as I recover, I think I have a little bit of a sore throat. Gentlemen, what's good this morning? What's good?
WGO, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all already know what it is. It's week 16, man. We 1 week closer to playoff time. And, of course, NFC, AFC champions. And, of course, the big picture, Super Bowl in New Orleans. Let's go.
So you know what, CC?
Man, this 18-week schedule is brutal right now.
It is.
It
should be over already.
Let's get on with it.
You know what, CC? It's different for us because, well, you're out already, presumably, and I have lesser of a fighting chance to be into the playoffs at minimum. So you notice the conversation levels is different as we speak. Like Bishop's all up and saying arms and good because they running away
always
with it.
Like that.
Why shouldn't
you act like this ain't nothing new. See, I've been able to do this for the past few seasons at this level.
Whoa, the only thing that's bad,
you know what? You give it the itch.
I have no reason.
The only thing that's bad for me is my Cowboys not there. It's still good football.
I have no reason to be in a slump or feel down or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I have no reason for that because my Eagles are still doing what they do, baby.
I don't know because last year they collapsed, so I don't want to hear that about.
Did they make the playoffs?
Because last year they collapsed.
CC,
they made the playoffs, but
that's all that matters. So I was the same person this time. So what I'm saying, CC, I'm the same person I was this time last year during this time. I'm the same person because we still made the playoffs. Did we not?
Okay, because y'all made the playoffs.
See, we can't say that about CC.
So what we gotta do?
It's so long.
You gotta listen to what he said. You just heard, right? He said he was happy they made the playoffs. So next time we want us to sit up and talk about the playoffs, and we happy we make the playoffs, we shouldn't hear nothing from him except kudos.
What do you mean? I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna be me. That's what I'm saying. I'm still gonna be me. Not even though I'm gonna be like CC, even though his team has been trashed for the past few seasons, he's still
Whoa. We missed one playoff. We was 12-5 like 3 years in a row before this. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? This is how.
So you know how I feel.
A bad year out of 4. Like, what are we talking about?
You gotta
like,
watch.
I like the shift. Like, I'm gonna say this about tradition. I'm gonna say this about tradition of football. And it's good, like in recent years, the last half decade or so, it's good that the Eagles been included in the conversation. Super Bowls, you know what I'm saying? Tough, because they ain't been that tough all those years. Let's just keep it real. Like they've been hit or miss. So it's good, y'all. It's good, y'all been on top for a little while, but just on top for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't
y'all reign ain't been that long, is what I'm saying.
Our reign has been a minute.
Y'all reign ain't been that long.
No,
it has not been a minute. It's been like 5 years. 5 years. 2018, y'all went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's been y'all reign.
And before that, hold on. When we had Donovan, when we had Michael Vick, what do you mean?
When y'all had Michael Vick, y'all was garbage. Y'all didn't go nowhere with Michael Vick. Y'all didn't do nothing with Mike Vick.
What?
With Mike Vick, y'all was garbage. That was the worst version of y'all. Y'all didn't go nowhere.
Y'all
made some highlights, but y'all didn't go.
The year they had the season they had Mike Vick, before Mike Vick started, they was doing bad. They inserted Mike Vick and then they extended. But like you said, I don't remember them doing anything great with Mike Vick outside of winning a couple more games.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't do nothing great with Mike Vick. You know, other than a few long touchdown passes to Deshaun Jackson.
What have y'all done great with
Dak Prescott? Hey, America watches us. Dak first year.
No. America watches y'all because y'all Dallas. Don't do that, CC. Yeah, America watches.
Hey, not only that, we got a first round bye. Remember? It took a heroic effort by Dak rookie year. It took a heroic effort by Aaron Rodgers to put us out the playoffs that year. 18 seconds. We lost that game in 18 seconds. Aaron Rodgers defense fell asleep. Dak first year he played lights out, dude. Like he was lights out. Like he haven't played like that.
Sir.
Don't get me wrong. He didn't play like that.
I need you to answer my question, sir. I need you to answer my question, sir. What have y'all done since y'all had Dak? Silence.
Yo.
That's what I'm talking about. You have done no more than what Vic did.
We've been winning. I bet you we won the division more than y'all have since Dak been there. I bet you we won the division more than y'all have since Dak been there.
No, y'all have not.
You know
I think that's not.
I gotta look that up.
True.
I gotta look that up.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm about to look it up right now. I don't think y'all won. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't think
so. Trey, you know. Trey, you looking. Trey, no.
I think that's true.
If you take in consideration, y'all were tied, right, for a second.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
I think you still might be tied because Dallas is going to miss the playoffs this year. I think it might, or it's not.
We win the division last year too.
Y'all won the division, right? Last year, right?
Who?
We won the division last year.
Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas did
I
win
think
last
Dallas.
year.
It's either y'all are tied or Dallas has a little bit of an edge. One of the two. What's good? What's going on?
I'm just saying, man.
Information with us this morning.
I'm just saying because you were talking about Michael Vick. I want to know what Dak done since he's been in Dallas.
You know what I'm saying? About the same Mike Vick did when he was in Philly. You know what I'm saying? About the same Mike Vick did when he was in Philly.
So
that's what my point exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So what we plan to do is at some point, as Adonis says, Nada. So what we plan to do today before really getting into the picks is we plan to put together NFL teams in the college football playoff style format. So we're going to do the selection of the top 12. We're going to select the first 8 teams get the first 8 teams get in automatic division winners, and then of course 4 at large, and then we're going to place them in a ranked system in the seed and see what the matchups will be. But in any case, speaking of the college football playoffs, gentlemen, what did you think of the first round of the college football? Were you impressed? Do you see any where it could potentially go? Do you think the matchups was bad? What was your look at the first part of the college football playoffs first round?
Hey, Trey, real quick though.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, sir. Real quick, because you know I like to see these things. So I like people to see things. You ready, CC? You ready?
Come on with it.
Okay, let's go. All right.
What you got?
Dallas won last year. Philly won the year before that. Dallas won that year. Washington, Philly, Dallas, Philly, Dallas, Washington, Dallas, Philly, Washington. Giants, Philly, 10 years. We just went 10 years. So let's count them up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? That's 5. Y'all count 5? But you look at right here, 5, right? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna win this year. That makes 6.
Hold on, wait.
I said,
so it's 5 and 5 right now, right?
Right, which Trey said.
But here's the worst stat about that. Overall, y'all right now in this that's what I'm saying. In this last decade, or in this last 5 or 6 years, y'all been tough, is what I'm saying. Because look, overall, we done won the division by 25, 30 times. Y'all just winning it 12. If y'all win it this year, it's gonna be y'all 13th time ever winning in lifetime. Come on, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always take the big bro.
That's the thing about CC. CC tried to change the narrative. That wasn't the question.
I'm not changing the narrative. It's the same narrative.
You
5 and 5 right now.
No, this
you're
is
gonna
the
be
thing.
1 up. Okay,
no,
hats
you
off,
said
1 up.
Your question was, what did y'all do? Y'all was trash when you had Vic. That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm saying 5 or 6 years.
What I'm saying by what we just looked at, we had Vic then, and y'all was just as bad as we were. What my whole point was. That's my whole point. I said, what has Dak done?
We got 5 division wins like y'all.
I said, what has Dak done since y'all been in the since y'all had Dak? You was like, oh, we done won more playoff wins. Did he not say that? We've won.
I did not say more playoff wins. I
mean division.
So what y'all saying is both teams are trash right now in the NFC.
What I'm saying is Philly just doing it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. No, win more. The big picture is of course winning the Super Bowl without question. Without question. But if we talking that, when's the last time Dallas been to a Super Bowl? If we gonna go that route.
It's all right. Y'all still only got one win, right? Y'all got one win.
When the last time y'all been?
Like
CC, when the
it's
last
been
time
a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We done been, like you said,
pushing
we done
30.
been 3 times. Have y'all been in this century? Have y'all been in this century?
Nah, I don't think. No, we ain't been in this century.
So, just like you sit here talking about us, you talk about us. You talk lifetime playoff, lifetime NFC division champions, lifetime. Let's talk about Let's talk about the last 20 years. Y'all ain't even seen a Super Bowl. A Super Bowl.
It was something that LaDonna said earlier, right? She talked about how in y'all's division there has not been a back-to-back winner in forever. Does that speak to y'all opinion? Does that speak to how the competitiveness in your division, or you think it's just lightning in a bottle every year?
I'm gonna tell you this. This is what it speaks of. This tells us how weak these other conferences are. That's what it tell me.
What?
When we, I'm
being honest. Well, one year they was calling us the one year every team was low. They was calling it the NFC least, right? Because all of us were sorry. Nobody had no team. All 4 teams weren't good. Like the NFC South right now. That's how we was looking. Like the NFC South, they was calling us the NFC least. But I think we've been the toughest division. And if you really want to talk history, because I love to do that every now and then, is we got the most Super Bowl wins as a division. Lifetime. We got the most Super Bowl wins. And that's a fact.
Facts.
That's a fact. That's not, that's not made up. That division has always been tougher.
So with CC saying that, again, that shows, that proves my point. That shows what conference is more dominant.
The NFC conference is the most dominant. I've been said that.
Right. So that just proves that the NFC has more talent. I won't say more talent, but it has
Why we said the last time the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl, the Black Planet was a thing.
I don't even think Black Planet was a thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think Black Planet was a thing.
MySpace.
No, but
so NFC East most dominant over the last 25, 30 years. NFC East, you feel, has been the most dominant division in the NFL.
The NFC East?
They have
NFC East. I'm sorry, NFC East.
The NFC East, like the NFC West, they started catching up, right? Like the games got competitive. It's like when Seattle first got there, they was dominant. The 49ers weren't doing much. The Rams weren't doing much. And we always know where the Cardinals at. The Cardinals had a little shine here and there, but for the most part, it's always been like one team coming out of the West that's dominant for a while. Seattle had it for a while. Now the 49ers took it over for a while, except for this year, right? The 49ers dominate. The AFC East, it's been either Buffalo or New England for how long? Like New England dominated for so long. Now Buffalo been dominating like the last 6 years, 7 years. It's like the reigns in those divisions. And then we don't even want to talk about the AFC West. Kansas City had that on lock since Mahomes, the last 5-6 years?
Yeah.
Like you said, we haven't had repeat champions. Right. We haven't had repeat champions in how long?
Yeah, facts. Straight facts. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
I reserve.
Because you gotta remember before Detroit these last couple of years, pretty much the Aaron Rodgers reign in Green Bay, they had that division on lock for a long time. You know what I'm saying? All them 13-3s back to back years and stuff, man. They had that division on lock for a long time. The NFC East is the only division that really ain't been on lock like that, right? Like the Saints had, when Peyton was down there, the Saints had the South sold up for a while.
So as we get closer and closer, like we said, 3 weeks basically left in the season before they get a chance when it comes out to see who, as we know, they expect to see the Cowboys probably are not going to get into the conference into its playoffs this year. San Francisco's hanging on the thread whether or not they're going to get into the conference the playoffs this year. Of course, they have to win the division or clinch the division in order to do that, and they're currently last in the division, so it's looking rough. Too much to happen for them to even to get a possibility.
I agree with that statement right there, LaDonna. It sure have, huh? Said he had 1 sack and he been wrecking ever since. You're right. He been clowning since.
Does Micah get an extension or does he walk?
I don't know. He want an extension by a certain time. You know how Jerry like to do things. I think he gonna be a Cowboy, but I think Jerry gonna do that dance for as long as he can. We seen him do it with Dak. We seen him do it with CD. What's gonna make Micah any different?
LaDonna says extension. So going back to Anthony's question, right? Because he say Jerry Jones loves him. Stop it, Maurice.
Yeah, it's
not a rap yet. What's the saying? It's not over till the fat lady sing. She might be cranking her vocals up, but she ain't sung yet.
Man, Seattle better not collapse. Man. They better not.
It's not. You know what? It's not even Seattle. It'll be the Rams is the problem. I think the Rams lead the division now. But going back, right? Anthony had a question earlier. He's like he wanted to ask a question. See, he had a question. So his question, of course, was: do you think they should remove from the CFP? Should they remove the rankings and add the strength of schedule?
Yeah.
No,
I've been saying that. That's been our argument about the Heisman Trophy.
Being San Francisco running back.
That's what we've been arguing about.
This is why you can't remove strength of schedule.
The last couple of weeks we've been debating that. I mean, you got to do strength of schedule because now you seeing the point. These teams are ranked high, and they trash. You've seen it already. They not good. I mean, you see the level of talent difference just from Penn State to that SMU. You see the level of talent difference when you watched Ohio State against Tennessee. Now, Tennessee, like I said, Tennessee, that's a surprise because they're in the SEC. They play tough teams. But then, when you get rolled over like that, it is not even close. We can blame preparation. We can blame whatever. But really and truly, it's the strength of schedule. I think that if you shift it, like, how many teams got to play Georgia? Like, Texas played Georgia twice. That's got to be strength. Win or lose those games, that's got to be tougher matchups than whatever. So if you playing them close, that makes a whole lot of difference. It's like Boise State ran away with their division. Who did they play, man? That's what I'm saying. Who did they play? And we're going to get a telltale. Now, when they get ran off the field next week by Penn State, everybody going to be like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen. But, yeah, it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen because they're not tough enough.
Let's say Boise State beats Penn State next week. What's there to be said then?
Then that's a surprise, right? It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a shock if they even in the game.
So
it's going to be a shock.
And what you said, I'm glad you said that. So basically what ends up happening is no matter what, we don't know what we're going to get in these games. All we know is that these teams aren't even a division champion, even a conference championship, or was considered to be one of the better teams in the country over the course of the entire season. Because let's keep it real, there's other teams that had 1 or 2 losses that aren't in the playoff, but yet you have teams with 2 or 3 losses out there who wasn't division, who didn't win their conference. Let's say Army for a second. Army was 11-2. They didn't. They lost and their second loss came to Navy at the end of the. Damn, I can't believe I just said that. The second loss came to Navy at the end of the season, but they won their division. They won their conference for the most part, but so it's other teams. So the strength of schedule is going to because there's
come on, man, keep it real. We know Army cannot get on the field with a Texas, a Georgia, and compete. Let's just keep it real. That's not
But
happening.
again,
We already know that's
but it
not
comes
happening.
down to
So
it.
let's just. I mean,
That
come on,
that
man. Be
might be
realistic.
that might
Be
be the thought, but we didn't expect a lot of stuff to sit up and happen the way it did. Like it wasn't who beat Alabama or who beat some of these teams. Miami lost to SMU. You know what I'm saying? I'm not SMU. Lost to who was it? Georgia, was it Georgia Tech or something like that?
Georgia Tech.
They lost to Georgia Tech. So when you look at it, right, what I'm saying is basically that we don't get a lot of. There's no way possible to sit up and get it to where it's going to be the strength of schedule is going to equal, because we're always going to have the teams don't stay the same every year. It's not like in an NFL to where there's a grave possibility that this person is going to be on the same
you
team.
changing the polls week to what are we talking about every year, Trey? They change the polls every week.
True that, but I'm saying because
they change it every week.
That's why my argument is
the strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can, because every week is changing. If you change in the top 25 every week, then the strength of schedule can count just as easily every week. You know what I'm saying? Like it can count every week. It does already. Like it does already. Like look, like for instance, Arizona State won the Big 12, right?
Correct.
They won the Big 12. But how did they win the Big 12? Right? Like they beat a handful of teams here and there, you know what I'm saying, set themselves up. Then the other teams fought it out against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Colorado's loss early to the one team cost them late in the season when they lost to Kansas. It was a wrap, right? Because Iowa State was crushing it, right? I mean, you got to keep that in mind. But who was Iowa State playing the whole time?
It was BYU. It was BYU that was running away with it until they lost their game.
That's what I'm saying. BYU was the front runner until when? But then it came down to strength of schedule to even pick who was going to that game, is what I'm saying. And within the division, they had to pick who was going, you know what I mean? Because all them teams didn't play each other collectively. They didn't all face off. So you had to go by strength of schedule because some of them had the same record. So you had to go by strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Against
like within your own division.
That becomes at that point that becomes a situation to where that's the tiebreaker. So their tiebreaker is how did they play against like opponents? They didn't still play each other, but they played like opponents. Okay, because we know that BYU they lost, but they needed to beat Houston in order for Arizona State to get in. Right? Was it Arizona State? Who was the top three? Arizona State, Iowa State. So correction, they needed to beat. They need to beat Alabama. University of Houston needed to beat BYU for Colorado to get in. But if Colorado would, if Houston would have lost, which they did, lost to BYU, then Iowa State gets in, or it was one of the two, or Arizona State. Yeah. So I mean, so that happens, but in order to hold strict the schedule as a point, I think it's not going to work because everyone doesn't play the same level of talent. I mean, they're all Division I schools, but everyone doesn't play the same level of talent in those Division I schools. And sometimes you might just catch a team slipping.
That's what I mean.
Like the year remember the year
that's what I mean.
Remember the year Michigan was number 5 and Appalachian State caught them slipping? Who would have ever thought that? You know what I'm saying? But it's that type of stuff happens. And so what happens usually is that a team gets penalized when they lose those type of games. It's like saying that, okay, but in-state is
but you should be penalized when you lose to like an Appalachian State. Not so much no more because talent is starting to catch up. But you should be penalized somewhat for I mean, man, come on. It's about the ultimate competition. You want to see the best of the best. I mean, how else are you going to get that? If you just I'm not mad at picking your division winners or whatever, but you're going to see here shortly that either they should shorten it down to 8 teams or, I mean, because 12 might be too many. That might be the problem. 12 might be too many. I mean, this is your first year doing it. 8 teams, maybe 10 teams, maybe 2 get buys or whatever, however you want to do it. But I'm saying maybe 12 is too many because it's going to be exposed and it's going to be a joke like yesterday. Yesterday was a waste of time for most of those games. I mean, you don't even want to watch the whole game when it's just blowout after blowout. Like, it started Friday with Notre Dame crushing whoever they crushed. I mean, it was just pitiful. Yeah, it's not fun, man. Like, if you want to compete and you want to put the best show on, that's what this is supposed to be about. The ultimate level of competition. Not just because, they did this or that and they could be Cinderella. No, that's for March Madness. It's 64 teams in March Madness. You're going to always have a Cinderella. But this is football, man. We talking a 12 team. Put your 12 best and let's go.
But
let's go.
But you can't sit, in my opinion, you can't sit up and tell me that this division champion, someone who went through the same gauntlet as everyone else went through, you can't sit up and remove them from the fact of having an opportunity to play because they did the same thing that everyone else did. They played their games. They won their games. They won the conference, and now they're competing. Now, yes, you put them up there.
That's if life was fair. That's if life was fair. If life was fair, I agree with you. But life is not fair, and we know it's not fair, man. Like, come on, man, let's cut to it. Like, for real. Like, look, it's a difference between like high school levels. You wouldn't want a 2A school playing against a 6A school. I mean, what are we doing? What are we saying? I mean, the competition level is way different. But again, man.
Just
it's
because
like, come on, we know some of these.
Just because that 6A school is a 6A powerhouse doesn't mean the 2A powerhouse can't compete. And that's what comes out to it. That's the thing. That's what the thing is about sports. Everyone gets an opportunity. It may be likely it might not be likely of sorts to sit up and say a 6A school from Texas is not going to be able to compete against. I mean, a 6A school from Texas is going to run Ramshar over a 2A school from Rhode Island. You might sit up and think like this is going to be a massacre until they get on the field, get the punching in the mouth, and realize like, oh snap, they can compete. So that type of stuff happens, and that's where I stand with in reference, and that's the beauty of sports. It can happen, and that's a possibility. In this case, we're not seeing it happen. We they were saying Tennessee got on the field. It looked like they forgot how to play ball. TCU, Indiana is a version of what TCU and Cincinnati was during the 4-game playoff system. 14 playoff system, in which it's not looking too hot in that case. But I mean, stuff like that happens. But we're going to see when it comes down to the next round. As we know, of course, in the next round, after all the games went through, that the next round is going to have it to where was it at? The next round is going to produce Penn State versus Boise State, Texas versus Arizona State, Ohio State versus Oregon, and Notre Dame versus Georgia. So what happens if Oregon, and because Oregon and Ohio State didn't face off this year, and they're in the same conference, but they didn't go up and they didn't face off against one another. Well, what happens if Oregon gets in there and runs rampant over Ohio State? Are we saying that Ohio State didn't belong? It happens. That's what happens. Notre Dame and Georgia. What happens if Georgia goes and gets ran up through Notre Dame? Are we saying Georgia shouldn't be the second seed? It happens. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff happens. So what we want to see is we're going to see what comes out.
No. I just think it's like it's the same old thing as the bowl games. Like, teams are just happy to make it and they're not competing. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, teams are just happy to make it. You got a team that's happy to make it, and you got a team that's playing for the national championship. And I don't think it's ever going to be even. Like it's no surprise that SMU lost the way they was just happy to be there. Like Penn State want to win a national championship. Like certain teams want to win it. Other teams are just happy to be there, bring in a little money for their schools. So what I'm saying is,
so you say
the schedule would do better because those teams want the national championship.
So you say SMU should have went to Miami or Alabama? That's your take?
I mean, I felt that way already, but like they said, they felt like they would get robbed if they weren't in there. So now it's about politics and who can, it's the violin. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, come on, man. We know either one of those other two teams would have been more competitive. We knew that right off the rip. Regardless, we knew that though one of those other two teams would have been more competitive. That's what people want to see, competition. I mean, for real. It don't even matter to me how you get there, but the best
it was
out
a competition.
Like they're gonna try it this year, this formula.
But
they're gonna try it
was
this year,
those
the formula, but then they're gonna tweak it.
But like you said, it was a competitions and why they didn't get in. They lost 3 games in the competitive games. It was the same thing.
But those 3 losses
that's why they didn't get there.
But see, my point is this. Those 3 losses that those 2 teams took, Trey, were against teams that are way better than the one team that Boise State played to prove that they was tough or whatever. They hung with Oregon or as you say or whatever. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like Boise State didn't play nobody on their schedule as hard as Alabama played on their schedule. The thicker the schedule. I'm not talking about them little games that they, play here and there when they take a week off or whatever. I'm not talking about those games. I'm talking about the meat of the matter, the real games that count the most. I mean, Miami lost to Georgia Tech, who on what you call it side is a tougher team than the ACC Georgia Tech that Boise State played from the mountain. That's all I'm saying is that the competition ain't the same. I would agree with you basically what you're saying is those teams that don't have to prove nothing like a Boise State, that don't have to play a tough team on their schedule at all. They can just play one tough team on their schedule. What you said is that's equal to what the teams that Alabama has to play year in and year out. That's equal to the teams Georgia has to play year in and year out. That's equal to Arizona State schedule.
So for me, what I'm saying is it that true enough, Alabama might play tougher competition than Boise State throughout the year. But everyone in which Bama is playing is not better or is just completely dwarfing everyone in which Boise State is playing. Like we're talking about, in any case, we're talking about select teams. And you can't sit up and tell me that everyone in the Mountain West Conference is inferior to everyone in the SEC.
Here's my scenario.
That's not the truth.
Tennessee got beat
in the Mountain West. Look, in the Mountain West.
Tennessee got beat down. Check it out. Tennessee got beat down by Ohio State. Right?
They did.
They would have ran through every team that Boise State played against. They would have ran through them all. Name one that would have been tough. Name one that would have been tough for Tennessee. Tennessee would have ran through them all.
Who's the fear in the Mountain West? Who's the fear in the Mountain West?
That's what I'm saying. Who's the fear?
No.
San Diego State?
No.
Nevada?
Boise State?
UNLV?
No.
UNLV?
No, hell no. UNLV? Man, if you don't stop it. This ain't the Fab Five.
That's what I'm saying, man.
This ain't Loyola Marymount. You can't say that a lot about football.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man.
You trying
to that's what I've been saying.
You try to put them in the same order as basketball.
That's what I've been saying. You can't do that to the football, man.
In the Boise State, in the Mountain West, you have Nevada, Wyoming, San Diego State, Utah State, New Mexico, Hawaii, Air Force, San Jose State, Fresno State, UNLV, Colorado State, and Boise State. I would say Boise State can play, UNLV can play, Fresno State can play. Air Force has had their time in which they was dominant.
Hey man, hey CC.
But what my point is,
CC,
out of those teams,
do you have a person in the surrounding area, CC, that could give him a urinalysis test? Anybody?
So,
is there anyone
what I'm
that
saying
you can
is,
give this man a urinalysis right now, bro? Because this dude is on some other stuff. UNLV, Trey. Name the last time UNLV won their conference. First off,
so they wasn't. They were in the different. They just got into the Mountain West. The Mountain. They wasn't in the Mountain West.
So before that, name a time when they won their.
But they was in the other conference.
Yeah, they won their other conference before. It might have been a while, but they won their other conference.
Come on.
So, Trey. but even in this conference, they were 6-1 in the conference. 11-3 overall.
That's what CC's saying. Look at the conference. There's nobody in that conference.
That's what I'm saying.
But again, what I'm saying, the point in which I'm saying is even though some of these teams are, we look at like y'all just said, y'all look at them as UNLV. I look at them as a competitive team in the Division One. So if you was to sit up and put them up against certain teams in the SEC, y'all not going to tell me that every team in the SEC is going to beat UNLV. That's name not team. You can't. I don't believe that for a second.
Okay. Name a team in the SEC who would not beat UNLV, and I'll wait.
Vanderbilt.
What?
Name one.
Vanderbilt.
What?
Purdue.
Man, Vanderbilt crushing them. Stop it. They crushing them, dude. Stop it.
Didn't Vanderbilt just upset somebody in the SEC? Who did Vanderbilt? Georgia? Who did Vanderbilt beat in the SEC?
They beat like Alabama.
Was it Alabama, Georgia? It was somebody. It was one of the top teams.
I think they beat Alabama, right?
Yeah, it was one of the top teams in the SEC.
In the SEC, you have Mississippi State, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Auburn, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, Florida, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Missouri, Ole Miss, LSU, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and Texas.
Nobody.
Out of all those teams,
nobody.
Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, Florida. No, not Florida.
Not Mississippi State
Arkansas,
either.
Not Mississippi State either. What are we talking?
Mississippi State either.
Mississippi State this year went 0-8 in the big went 0-8 in the SEC, and they went 2-10 overall. So what that tells me is they
that
lost.
The conference is is that the conference is dominating. That's our whole point.
Right.
That's our whole point, bro.
They played 4 teams.
If they move to the Mountain West, they win in the conference.
They win in the conference. They move to the Mountain West, they win in the conference.
If they move to the Mountain West, they win in the conference.
They played 4 teams that was not in the SEC, and they only beat 2 of them 4 teams. So what I'm saying is that they're not what.
And what was the? Hold on, Trey. What was the 4 teams? Hold on, Trey. What was the 4 teams?
Let me see what their 4 teams were. I can tell you.
Let's see. Because just because they wasn't in the conference don't mean they was wasn't formidable opponents.
And which I keep saying, that's my point. Like, just because true enough. So they played somewhere. So they lost to. They played. They played Eastern Kentucky, which they beat 56-7.
Okay.
They played Arizona State, who beat them 23-30.
By 7. Okay.
They played Toledo that ran roughshod over them 41-17. And then they played.
Hold on, ain't Toledo in the top 25?
No, Toledo is not in the top 25, which even makes my point even more about it. And then they played UMass that they beat 45-20. Come on, man.
They lost to one team.
Say again.
They lost to one team.
They lost to 2.
I only heard one. What was the other loss? You said you said you said
2 non-conference games. Their 4 non-conference games was Eastern
Arizona
Kentucky,
State and Toledo.
Toledo, and UMass. UMass, I don't even think is a Division I school, but you know what I'm saying. So, but they beat UMass 45-20, and they beat Eastern Kentucky 56-7. But they got scraped up by Arizona State.
No, they didn't. They lost by 7.
And they lost
by 7.
They got steamrolled by Toledo. Is this your SEC? Is this your SEC competitor? Come on, man. Listen to what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that just because they are in quote unquote inferior conferences does not mean that they can't compete with teams in those so-called dominant conferences. that's all I'm saying. So we can't take into consideration. We can't take in consideration the strength of schedule.
When you got one more week and you'll see if Boise State can compete.
Say again.
The telltale of the tape go be you got one more week to see if Boise State can compete.
I think
we got one more week to see that play out.
And they Boise might not. Boise State about to play. Who Boise State playing? CC.
Penn State.
Penn State.
Boise
Penn State.
And then, honestly, to be honest, to say that, so what you got to take in consideration is a win does not mean there's no competition or they in the game.
No one said that.
Boise State didn't beat Oregon, but they were in the game. They competed in that game. They didn't win. They lost by 3, but they competed. And that's all I'm saying. Can they compete? It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be. They're going to get the dub, but are they able to compete? Especially when you say I'm an inferior squad.
But that question, but that question, Trey, anybody can compete.
Well,
you come out there to compete,
right?
It's not about if you can compete. You're
in. You have a chance.
Y'all are all on the same playing level.
Can you win?
Can you win?
But even the teams that you're talking about, Georgia and Alabama have to play each other. Someone has to win. So it's like, did Georgia compete?
Both of them are going. Both of them are going to compete. Both of them are going to compete.
That's what I'm saying. But then you have some times where it's a blowout. It's not saying that.
That doesn't say you're not competing.
If you get blown out 45-17, are you saying that you completed? You was in a competition. The definition of the word.
You competed.
But did you compete?
Yes, you competed. That just because
you competed, but sometimes my point is this.
What's going on, Eric?
They was just a better team.
The blowouts are simple.
This morning.
The blowouts.
All I'm saying is that I don't see Boise State getting blown out by Penn State.
Oh, it probably won't be a blowout.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be a blowout. I don't know if it'll be a blowout. I don't know that.
And what's a blowout? 17.
Only because. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I don't know if it's gonna be a blowout. Only because, and this is the main factor why I don't think it will be. Why it won't be a blowout. Why I don't think it'll be a blowout is because of Genty. That's it. If they didn't have Genty, yes, it would be a blowout.
Well, I actually think Penn State played this past week, so they're gonna go into it. You know, like I think fatigue. You know, said they're gonna make it a closer game if it's gonna be a close game. But I think what's gonna happen is Genty is gonna be good for a touchdown, maybe 2, and that's all Boise State gonna put on the board. Is those whatever Genty gives you touchdown wise. If he don't score, they ain't scoring. If he don't score, they ain't scoring.
Yeah,
Penn State's defense is too good right now. Like, did y'all see that defense? Like,
I can
see all the turnovers they caused. Like, yeah,
I can see that. If Genty don't score, if Genty don't score or can't score like he's been scoring, can they beat an Ohio State or a Penn State team? I can agree with that. That makes sense.
You know what? Just like Boise State, all my life I gotta fight with these two.
Oh my God, you big on the underdog, boy. You
I am
the underdog. You the underdog.
You know what? I'm an advocate. I am an advocate, and I will advocate. I will be the one person in the room of a million to stand on business and say yada 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 yada. That and so true that may be my superpower, or that may be my weakness. But you know what? I'm pretty good at picking stuff, so I don't know. Who can say that?
You are right. You are right.
So
you are right.
As we were talking about earlier,
I don't even want to talk picks because about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
14.
He all right.
14-2 and still can't win the week. Dang.
It's tied. You could have helped me tie.
Travis, why did you even have to bring that up? See, this is why I don't like some people, man. Travis bringing up old shit. Travis, ain't nobody asked you about nothing about that happened 15 years ago. Nobody asked you about that, Travis. Why are you bringing up old shit, Travis?
You know what? I think that was one of the greatest games ever played. And Boise State
nobody
got
asked you that, Travis. Why are you bringing up old
shit? That's
shit,
funny.
bro?
That's funny.
That's not funny, CC.
Good reminder.
I'll
be quiet on Boise. I'm going to be quiet on Boise.
Why are you bringing up old shit, bro?
That was.
You too, man. You too. Hey, he's an Ohio State fan. Travis is a big Ohio State fan. He a Buckeye to his heart.
And he said they still married. Zaborowski and his wife.
He's a big Ohio State fan, Buckeye fan. So he got a dog in the fight.
Like I said, we was going to do right at the top of the hour. We're going to take the top 12 NFL teams and place them in what our rendition of a college football playoff. So 12 top teams. The idea we had is 8 teams are guaranteed to get in, the 8 division champions, and then we're going to choose 4 at large based across the rest of the NFL, right? So without ranking them right now, who do you think get in? So currently, Buffalo has clinched their division. The Steelers, the current division champions, are the Buffalo Bills, the Steelers, the Houston Texans, the Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay leads their division, and the Los Angeles Rams lead their division. Detroit Lions are in the lead in their division, in which the only people who have clinched their divisions are already won their division is the Buffalo Bills, the Houston Texans, the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's it. Those are the only teams that have already clinched their division. Everyone else has just clinched a spot in the playoffs. So, based off of that, who are the 12 teams that are getting into this playoff in your opinion? We'll just rattle off the name and then we'll talk about if it is or isn't legit. We know for a fact Buffalo. We know for a fact.
You can put Buffalo, Kansas City,
and Houston.
Come on.
Buffalo, Kansas City, Houston. Right. Buffalo, Kansas City, Houston.
Pittsburgh look like they in already too.
They lead their conference. So for the second conversation, Pittsburgh.
I don't know. That one can go either way, man. The Ravens can take that one either way. I mean,
so maybe the Ravens is someone to keep at the last
night.
Right now, right now, Pittsburgh, Philly, Eric talking about guaranteed the Vikings. Pittsburgh.
So how many
Philly,
teams is that?
Detroit.
So how many teams is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you add the last two, which is the NFC West, the NFC and the South, you can say Tampa Bay and Los Angeles Rams.
Right.
So that's 8 teams. The
Tampa Bay and Rams. 8 teams already.
That's 8 teams. So who are they at large?
How you gonna pick the other teams? That's what I'm saying. How you gonna pick the other teams? Like
as an at large.
If that's 8 teams already in,
there's only 4 more. It's only
you got 8 teams already in. That's what I'm saying. But we're doing 12, so it's tough to pick those 12 because, like he said, you got the Vikings, you got Green Bay not playing bad, the Chargers not playing bad.
So when you look at it, right, these are the 4 teams in which I look at, in which I sit up and see. You got now, even though they're in, doesn't mean they got to be ranked, saying as such because they're in. But so what you have in the other ones who are non-conference that are competing right now, the Baltimore Ravens, the Minnesota Vikings, maybe the Los Angeles Rams, the Chargers, and I would say,
what are we talking about?
The Washington Commanders. Those are the 4 at large.
I don't know, man, because I was looking at, you got the Ravens. Like I said, I said the Ravens. The Packers. The Packers got just as good a record as the Ravens, if not better. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking? Better. See, that's what I'm saying. It gets hard.
That's what the same thing that the committee goes through.
that gets hard because you left the Packers off.
We have the 8 division champions, right? The 8 division champions are the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans, Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions, Tampa Bay, and Los Angeles Rams, right? If it was the end today, that's what it'd be. So the 4 at large, we're trying to figure out the 4 at large for the tournament, in which I propose the Baltimore Ravens, the Washington Commanders, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Los Angeles Chargers as a 4 at large. CC proposes.
But why the Commanders when they reckon not as good as the? That's what I'm saying. The Packers got a better record.
Well, I said corrected. The Green Bay Packers. But it's so.
Yeah. My point is the
Green Bay Packers playing? Are the Green Bay Packers playing better than the Washington Commanders? Although the records say differently.
The records don't say differently.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The Packers are 10-4. The Commanders are 9-5.
It's one game.
That's what I'm saying. The record.
That one game matters.
That's still a difference.
Yeah, that one game.
You know that matters. I'm not a hater.
Well, I'm saying it's one game.
The Commanders.
It can go back.
On the Commanders, I'm saying
It's one game. Is you know what I'm saying? So that one game, it could have been anything. So we just don't know. That's why I say
that one game. It can't be anything because that one game is a loss for one team and it's a win for another.
True, I understand that, what I'm saying is that it's one game, and that one game could have been lost in a plethora of ways. It could have been a missed field goal, and they had them.
Why does that matter? That doesn't play a factor. That doesn't play a factor on your wins or losses. It doesn't matter if you win by 1 or if you win by 31.
So are y'all saying that? Are you saying that Green Bay should get that Washington Commanders?
Whoa.
Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
So the at large. So the four at large.
If we go on that route.
So the four at large should be Baltimore. But why can't? Hold on. Let me before I say that.
Baltimore.
So then that means the Chargers don't get in then, because I believe that the Chargers are playing better ball than the Washington Commanders. But the Chargers.
How do you feel? How do you feel that? Why? How?
They have less, and they're competing. They're in games.
How do they have less?
They have one receiver, Lad McConkley. Everyone else is bad, but yet they're 9-6 in the NFC. The Broncos are 9-6,
but 9-6. But look, but it's teams that's 10 and whatever, right? Like how many?
Okay, hold on for a second. So we're guaranteeing. Are we guaranteeing the Baltimore Ravens, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Green Bay Packers? Are those three at large, right? They get in.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Vikings got to be in there because they only lost like 2 games, right? Like, they lost like 2 games.
They in.
So Minnesota, Baltimore, and there's 2 more spots left. Who gets those last 2 spots?
Green Bay.
Green Bay got to get 1.
Okay, so who gets the last spot?
One of the tougher teams. You got to get 1. At this point,
the last spot.
We're
looking at Washington, Denver.
No, if this is the case,
and the Chargers,
it's between the Chargers and the Commanders.
But why not Denver?
Yeah, Chargers. I agree with that.
Because Denver ain't been playing great ball.
And then we just saw Thursday. Denver got beat.
Came back on. They just came back on in the game.
But they're 9-6. But to what y'all are saying, they're 9-6.
We just saw the meter. That's why the only reason I'm putting the Chargers over Denver is because what we just witnessed, how Denver took that L.
That part.
So I got to put the Chargers over them.
The Chargers just beat Denver, so you can't put Denver over the Chargers.
Washington Commanders or Washington Commanders or Los Angeles Chargers. Who gets the last spot?
I said the Commanders. Give me the Commanders. I said the Commanders going.
Now we can go there, right? Commanders, man.
Okay.
You know, like I just thought y'all had them over Green Bay and stuff, but yeah, I think the Commanders.
I didn't have y'all. That wasn't me. That was Trey. I did not have them over Green Bay. That was
so
Trey.
What you're not going to do is every time we have a conversation, you're going to sit up and say, "I go for the underdog." That's not what we're going to do. Every time we sit up, like straight fights for the
I said when you said it, CC, I said I'm with him.
Who is that? Anthony, you happy now? Commanders made it. You happy now, Anthony?
Anthony said,
calling me a hater, man. We just trying to
put Denver over the Chargers. No, you can't.
No.
Denver just lost to the Chargers.
But now he was calling me a hater earlier. You know, he was calling me.
We have Buffalo. So the 12 teams: Buffalo, Kansas City, Houston, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Detroit, Tampa Bay, the Los Angeles Rams, Green Bay, Baltimore, Minnesota, and Washington. Is the 12 teams. Who's the number 1 overall seed?
Ooh. Right now it's Kansas City. They got the best record, dude. KC got the best record.
Best ball. Should it be the best record?
Yes.
That makes it easier if we go by record.
You have to give it to them. They got to get the 1 seed. They're the only team that has only has one loss. I don't give a damn.
You know what? If you all right, hold on. Let's talk about this, right? It is good. I'm glad you say that. Do you realize if Kansas City, technically Kansas City should be
10-4.
5, not 10-4. Technically, Kansas City should be 5 and even 6-8 or 5-7.
No, hell no.
When you look at the games in which they were,
no.
P game. They lost they beat Baltimore, and this is why I said how teams win or lose. They beat Baltimore only because likely toe was out in the back of the end zone.
We know they beat them. But they beat them.
That's not their fault.
I understand that, but listen to what I'm saying.
They still beat them.
Okay, tomatoes. They had 2 games in which the referees helped them out.
You can't count that.
They had
of
course they got the block field goal.
You can't count that. That's what they're supposed to do. That happens.
You're supposed to that. I don't understand championship ball. Like, why is championship ball so scrutinized? Why does that come with
so
the
what?
referee?
For one, you can't say
it is
a win is
championship
a
ball.
win. I get it, Eric. A win is a win. So what I'm just bringing to the forefront is
14-1
in my opinion,
14-1 ain't championship ball.
And 14-1 ain't luck.
14-1 right now.
And 14-1 is not luck.
14-1 is luck. That's luck. The games in which they have won is luck.
That's not luck. That is not luck. They went out and
that is surely luck. And not to mention they got help out for the rest of the
officials. This is how you know it's not luck. Trey, this is how you know it's not luck. They the only team in the league, I believe, that haven't scored. They haven't scored over 30 points this year in one game. They haven't scored over 30 points this year.
That's true. And that's not the medal. They've been helped. They had help along the way.
But they beating you at every phase of the game. That's not championship ball. They beat you at every phase of the game.
Games or no? Because the games are starting.
Offense.
All you got to do is not look at the game and you won't know the outcome.
Are we going to pick these games
Kansas City won 27-20.
Are we going to pick these games or no?
Hold up. We can get to them.
No, because we need to get to them before it starts scoring. Hell no.
But I don't look at the games when I pick. Y'all do. So I don't know what the outcome of the game is.
We don't know that.
I don't know that. I don't look at the outcome. I can assure you, I have integrity. I have integrity.
Keep the same schedule we've been doing. Don't change it up now that it's closer to the end. Keep the same schedule we've been doing. We ain't picked no games after games been started and none of that. Keep the same schedule. I don't care about your integrity polls and all that. Keep the same schedule we've been keeping. That don't mean just because you're not looking at the game don't mean nobody else ain't looking at the game.
So that's a personal integrity problem. Rams and Jets, who you got? So far we've already picked the 3 games in which two of the 3 of us have the same record. One of us has a different record. I'll let y'all guess who has a better record. I mean, he's in the upper left-hand corner of the screen at 3-0 currently. But I mean, we're not going to worry about that. I told y'all I plan to get 80% pick radius by the end of this. And I'm not too far off.
Away. You too far away. Don't worry about it.
I'm not too far away at all. I'm immaculate.
Okay.
Man, hold on. Last time I thought you had like 70%. You was hovering around 70%.
I dropped because of those 2 games.
He did. That's
exactly. I was gonna say how you jumped up to 80%.
I said I plan by the end of this. I plan to have 80%. Is what I said.
Wasn't my percentage higher than yours?
Yes, that's 713. Because like I said, the 2 games, it made a difference. But I already made up that gap because I have 1 game better than you right now. Yeah, that's all I needed.
That's why we need to get on with these picks. Let's go. Quit talking us to death. Right now, you're talking us to
death. Rams and Jets, who y'all got?
Rams. Give me the Rams.
I need the Rams to lose, but I'm not picking them. I mean, I'm not picking the Jets either, though. So, LA Rams across the board?
Yep, I got Rams.
All right. Eagles, Commanders.
You already know I'm going for the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Woo, man. This is going to be a game today. Man, I'm gonna take the Eagles in that one.
It is a TV next to me, but it's to the left of me. Y'all never see me look to the left of the screen the whole time. So yes, that's true. What you say, CC?
I know, Anthony. I know.
I'm going Eagles in that one.
You know what? I'll go Eagles too.
Oh, I thought you would. I thought the hell you would.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say Commanders.
He wasn't going to say that. He can't afford to take no L's right now.
Lions, Bears.
Ooh!
Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions.
I got Detroit as well.
Oh, I'm not going against Jared Goff, man. Stop it. Especially with Caleb Williams playing the way he been playing, which I fucking told y'all. I'm going into my Macho Randy Savage. I told y'all that boy wasn't gonna do nothing in Chicago. I told y'all. I said
he looked good early on, but then all of a sudden he looked like Justin Fields ended up looking after a minute.
Vikings.
He looked good. Hey, the first couple of weeks he looked good.
No, not Vikings Seahawks. Hold on one second.
Vikings or who?
Not yet. Hold on.
Giants and Falcons.
Giants and Falcons.
Who?
Giants Falcons.
Yeah, Giants Falcons. I'm taking.
Man, you gotta take the Falcons, man. Give me the Falcons.
Penix finna play. Penix finna get his first start.
Yeah, his debut
across the board. Browns and Bengals.
Who you got, Trey?
Thank you.
Cincinnati.
I'm taking the Bengals too.
Pick is my pick. I don't be concerned about y'all picks.
I'm taking the Bengals.
Y'all picks have not been on point the whole season.
Cleveland could steal that one, but I'm taking the Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Go Saquon! Let's go.
You know who doesn't have integrity? Colts and Titans.
Who did I pick for the Browns and Bengals?
I didn't even hear you.
No, I did not. I never even said anything. This dude here is full of shit. See, I told y'all. This dude
I wrote you down for Cincinnati. I thought you said Cincinnati.
No, I didn't say anything. Y'all two said something. I didn't say nothing.
Who did you pick?
Got Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati.
As I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Colts, Tennessee, and Indianapolis.
Man, give me the Colts in that one. It's the worst of the worst of those two right now, but I'm gonna take the Colts. I think they're a little bit better.
I got the Colts as well.
Yeah, let me get the Colts.
Who's next? Cardinals and the Panthers. Arizona and Carolina.
Man, these games are jokes now, right? Cardinals.
They're playing at Carolina.
Yep.
I'm taking Carolina.
Give me Arizona. Come on, Kyler.
The late window, Vikings and Seahawks.
Ooh, man. Seahawks need that win, but I'm going Vikings. Seattle needs that win, but the Vikings.
Run, Jalen. Get that first. Come on, Jalen. Goddamn, I told you are slow. That fucking lineman catch your bitch ass. Damn it.
I'm going Minnesota.
Yeah, Vikings.
Eric. Patriots and the Bills.
Come on, man. Ain't no way. CC said he got the Patriots. I'm taking Buffalo.
Whoa. Not this week. Not this week. Hey, new MVP, by the way. I had Saquon as my MVP, but now my MVP is Josh Allen, man. Like front runner.
Stop it,
I'm
CC.
going Josh Allen.
Stop it,
Buffalo
CC.
Bills. Yeah, man.
No,
Yeah, man.
ain't no yeah, man. Because if Saquon take this record, you better take this shit back. Especially if he get over 100-something yards today on especially if he get over 100-something yards today on.
But in 2 weeks,
and he about to go. Oh, and if he get over 100 yards on these motherfucking Commanders, you better take that shit back. You better take that shit back.
I mean, Josh Allen, man, he doing things. Bills, man.
Jacksonville Jaguars and Las Vegas.
Hold on, Trey. Who you took the Patriots?
No, I said Buffalo after CC said Buffalo.
No, I didn't hear that. CC, you heard that?
Nah, I didn't hear Trey. But
I didn't hear Trey either.
All my life.
He's
all my life.
Saquon in it. Oh,
Jaguars and Raiders.
Oh shit! Damn.
Jaguars or Raiders, man. Who wants to pick that game?
No, that's a toilet.
You know what?
Game. Damn.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna take the. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna take the Jaguars in that one.
Saquon, let's go. Saquon, take it back, CC. Take it back, CC.
Hold on. You got to see what Josh do today, man, because he owned it today. Like Josh has been playing.
How about you? How about you yell your pick for Jaguars and Raiders?
Oh, well, who'd y'all pick? Who'd y'all pick? I didn't hear it.
CC took Jacksonville.
I took the Jaguars. I didn't hear Trey say nothing.
So
I didn't hear Trey say nothing this time.
How about you pick? Why you worried about my pick? How about you pick? Let's do that. Let's do that. Why you over here to act like you pick?
I'm going to take the Jaguars.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
I almost went with the Raiders, but I think they're trying.
You know
to
what's funny, man? I got a strong feeling this might be the Raiders' day, but I'm sticking with the Jaguars because
I think the Raiders are trying to tank to secure that lead, to secure that first round draft pick. Next up,
I think they both tanking, but it's gonna be hard.
Next
up,
right.
I know. I think they both take it too. They both can't take. They're gonna come out 0-0.
You know what I'm saying?
San Francisco.
Trey. Hold on, Trey. Did you just look to your right? Because I swear you looked to your right twice.
To my left, I'm looking at the Illinois versus Missouri battle.
That's the left.
How do we know that? How do we know that? That's what I'm. See.
Because I can see the screen.
See. He said, "I'll never look to my." He said, "I'll never look to my."
I'll never look to my left.
Didn't he say that?
But it's not the football game. The football games aren't on.
No.
The football games are on. I'm looking at college basketball.
Hey, CC. I know what he's talking about. That basketball, that Illinois basketball game is on, but guess what? There's a runner down at the bottom that tell you the football scores too, sir.
I'm not even paying attention.
I'll tell you the scores. What's the next game?
San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins.
You said the Bucks. Didn't you talk about the Bucks game?
No, because the Bucks is a Friday night game, but the 49ers come before that.
Okay. Oh,
San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins.
Shit.
Ooh, Dolphins and 49ers. Ooh, that's ugly.
In Miami.
Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah,
the Dolphins better not let me down today.
Give me Miami.
Because San Francisco still ain't got nobody playing for them, right? Oh, they still hurt. They still on the sideline. So I'm taking Miami.
Is back, right? Or no?
No, Brock back, but
yeah, but we down to our fourth string. We down to our fifth string running back.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a running back off the streets, a practice squad or something. Y'all got
the top four.
Wait. What did I miss? What happened to the third and fourth?
They got injured. First string was, of course, Christian McCaffrey. He's on IR.
Oh shit!
Elijah Mitchell's on IR. Jordan Mason's on IR. Garendo went down with an injury.
Yeah.
And now we on the dude they brought in from off that used to play for Memphis. Thomas, I think.
And I just gotta throw that in there. Trey Debo got what he wanted. Oh, I want the ball, and then what happened? They lost.
Yeah. He dropped the ball.
See Debo, why we don't want to give you the ball?
You gonna mess around? You gonna mess around? Jawan Jennings gonna push him out.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Who'd you pick? Who'd you pick, Trey?
I picked first. I said I was going with San Francisco before
San Fran.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he went with San Fran.
Okay.
Buccaneers and Cowboys.
He not a traitor this week.
Ooh, man. You know I got to do it, man. Come on. We stand strong all the way through. No switch for me, Cowboys.
That's why your picks are what they
Buccaneers playing for something, though. Buccaneers playing for something. You know, he said, "Well, hey, I think
turnover.
I didn't know I was gonna have to get Doran 70% to win this thing. Like y'all came with it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know I was gonna have to get 70% right. 65% right ain't bad, man. But 70%.
No, 65 is not.
I'm just gonna make it to the playoffs and win the postseason. I'm just gonna win the postseason and start over.
Yeah. CC actually in any other time, 65% is damn good. Like on some real stuff. Like we doing better than a lot of these analysts. We doing better than a lot of these analysts.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, a lot of these analysts. But,
for real.
Who'd you pick, Trey, out of the Bucs and Cowboys?
Tampa Bay.
Man, CC. God dang it, you on that red-headed bomber, man.
And they played in Dallas.
I know they playing in Dallas. Oh, give me the Bucs, man.
We don't even win at home, so I'm not.
I know.
I was gonna say we don't even win at home, but
y'all 1-6 at home.
I'm riding that we're gonna get one.
Yeah, let me get the Bucs.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get this one be 2-6. We'll be 2-6 after the day.
Of course, the last one, the Monday night game, will be the New Orleans Saints against the Green Bay Packers. I'm taking Green Bay in this one. They playing in Green Bay.
Yeah, New Orleans ain't gonna be able to deal with that.
Packers.
Yeah, that's Packy all day.
I heard they was practicing in freezers. I heard they had their quarterbacks practicing.
They went through their schemes and freezers,
trying to anticipate the cold.
The quarterbacks said they went. It was 10 degrees. They say although it's expected to be 25 degrees, and with snow flurries, so a little bit different. But
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know because y'all prior military too. You can't tell the difference between 25 and 10 degrees. So I get it. I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? When you out there in the cold is cold. Ain't no difference unless it's below 0. Then you can tell a huge difference. But between 10 degrees practicing and 10 degree temperatures compared to a 25-degree temperature, you can't tell the difference because cold is cold. Anything below 0, then that's a difference. But I totally understand that. That makes sense.
So last bit before we get up out of here, continue on with our playoff thing.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, you said it got to go to Kansas City, which I said, right?
Ooh, I didn't say. Wait, did we say that? Is that what we said?
Because they have the best record, 14-1.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. You said yeah. Hi, Trey. You won't shake your head and act like me and CC the dummies. I want to know how you put somebody else. How do you put somebody above Kansas City?
True enough, Kansas City is 14-1. I'll give you that, right? But I don't think they played the best ball because their record is 14-1. Like, think about it, right?
Man, what do you mean? They beat the best teams. The only team that beat them is the Buffalo Bills.
And this is the other thing, Trey.
Who did they beat yesterday?
Even if they haven't played their best ball, you still got to give it to them because they found ways to win. Without playing.
Playoff teams.
Subjective. Some of the ways
they beat a lot of your contenders except Buffalo, right? Like the contenders that have been on their schedule, the so-called contenders that have been on their schedule, they beat them except Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? They beat the Texans.
They won by chance, in my opinion.
They beat Baltimore.
But Trey,
and now they getting ready to play. Hey, they playing the Steelers.
Hold on, CC.
Christmas Day.
Hold on, CC. They won. He said they won by chance.
But y'all want to get those picks in too?
Hold on, CC. He said they won by chance, right? 14 times. 14 times they won.
When I say chance, I'm saying that some of their games was like true. Clearly, they won the game outright. There was no subjective calls. There was no chance plays or anything like that when they happened to. Where there was a block or there was a toe somewhere in the 90 minutes, those are the games in which I'm talking about were by chance because they had them down right. You know what I'm saying? They was dead to right. They got the field goal. They blocked the field goal. So some of that stuff has been for chance. It's part of the game, but it's not.
You know,
And it could have went either way.
It hasn't been a chance.
But that's what I'm saying. But we don't have that same. We don't talk about that same thing when we talk about some of these other teams. We're not talking about by chance when we're talking about Detroit or Minnesota or Philadelphia. We're not talking about by chance.
No.
So that's
but
what
you
I'm saying
by chance. You're the only one talking about by chance for Kansas City. You're the only one saying they winning by chance by Kansas City.
What I'm saying is I
actually think they the best team. I actually think they the best team in the league because they slaying their opponents. They lulling them to sleep. They beating them, and they beating them in every phase of the game when it counts the most. They playing the best situational ball. They playing the best situational football. That's what it's going to take to win in the postseason. The situations, whatever situation they've been put in, they've managed them, and they've come out victorious. You cannot ignore that, regardless of how close.
You can't ignore the fact that they got 3 of those wins off of erroneous calls by the referees either.
Trey, is that not happening?
Lord have mercy.
And that happening?
And again, that's by chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, but isn't that happening for a lot of teams in the NFL? This is the thing. When it's all said and done, I get it. I hear what you're saying.
What other team has won by a bad referee call?
Yes, there has.
Well, who else? Like we can say that.
We
saw
dude get his face mask.
I was about to say they missed Sam Darnold. They missed Sam Darnold. Was that going to change the outcome of the game?
It could. We don't know. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, but they was
and
on
a first down. And a first down.
It was
that's
a first down.
Depending on where it was. That's
it was at the other end of the field.
15-yard penalty.
With seconds left in the game. That wasn't going to change the outcome of the game.
Hey, listen. We got kickers that's kicking 60-yard field goals.
They was but how you know it wasn't going to change the outcome of the game?
We don't know. It's a bunch of games that have been called by officials that's changed the outcome of games. But that's a part of the game. So you really can't. You just.
That's what I'm saying. No, and then they still manage.
Like I said,
what about when the penalties go against them and they still?
Those are games by chance.
What about when the
those
penalties
are games
go
won by
against them?
chance? Like
I don't know. I think you hold at Kansas City. I think your bias against Kansas City narrows your view of things when it comes.
No, I'm speaking from because it's a game by chance, and what
because
I'm saying
the Lions won a game because the Lions. How did they win one of their games? Was that not pure chance? Like for real?
Which one?
Like the Lions, they was rolling over most teams, and then they win a game where they blocked the kick or something or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Then they have to block a kick too or something to win a game. Or the guy missed a field goal or something to tie the game up.
What the fuck?
Like I'm saying, you get that with all teams.
Man.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's been more chance by games for Kansas City as opposed to just ran over them. Like Minnesota and Detroit were running over teams. Like there's no.
I don't have to run you over to prove that I'm better than you. I can just steadily beat you week after week.
What I'm saying is,
what I'm saying
is,
but none of those teams. But this is what I'm saying, Trey. But none of those
chance games are what make the difference in that. Like if those chances wasn't there, we would see a completely different Kansas City team. And like you said, true enough, there's some chances. There's some chances for teams like Detroit and other teams, or even like Minnesota. But
Detroit and Minnesota both got 2 losses. Buffalo got 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City got 1. I don't consider those teams better than them. I don't care what they've done or how they beat teams. You're not better than that team.
Your record doesn't always speak to what your team is. Like, yes, they're 3-1.
Where's Jalen?
Whoa.
They're 14-1, true enough, and all the other teams are 13-2. But that doesn't always speak to just because you have the best record doesn't always mean that you are playing the best teams.
Y'all see how he just flip flopped this from that college conversation? Pay attention, people.
It's still the same conversation.
He just flip flopped that from his argument with Boise State.
It's the same conversation
right here. Do y'all see how
the same conversation? I said that the record.
Did you see how
I said the record doesn't? I didn't say what I'm talking about is the teams that play. Like it's still the same conversation. My argument in both instances is it doesn't make you. Everyone plays people, but it doesn't make a difference. Anything happens in any given game. It's still the same argument. That's what I'm saying. Like the record shouldn't.
No, it's not the same argument.
I feel that. Remember, I told you earlier that
makes a whole lot of difference. And the people that they play make a difference. Now you holding Kansas City to a different standard because they had some chance games.
Argument. Listen, it's still the same argument because what I'm saying is it's still the same argument because I'm saying that in college then record doesn't make a difference. It doesn't. Your record might not. It's who you playing and how you're playing them. It's the same thing in college. I mean,
that's what I said. You said it's not. You said, oh, they on the same level. No,
I'm saying
now
but it's so exactly all of them professionals in the pros in the NFL. They're all pros.
They beating top-notch competition week after week. Like,
in
what's
the
the worst
NFL,
game on their schedule this year? The Raiders.
Pros. In college, they're all for the most part.
The Raiders have been the worst.
Ones. It doesn't make it.
But the Raiders have been the worst team on their schedule, and they've been crushing. Like I said, Buffalo beat them. But other than that, they haven't had no slips. So what else we got? So,
say again.
Look at this, y'all. I need y'all to see what's going on.
What else we got?
I need y'all to see this. But guess who threw it?
What else we got? Oh, your backup quarterback?
Kenny Pickett. Jalen Hurts is now in pro-concussion. He's under the tent because of a hit. They got him in concussion protocol.
Might lose, but we'll see. All right,
who might lose?
Y'all might lose. It's still. I mean, y'all
up 14-0 right now.
And so that game over. Is game over?
With our defense, it pretty much is. We just scored more. Listen, we just scored more points in the first quarter than we just scored in the last 6-8 games. We ain't scored in the first quarter. And you know we're a second half team.
So who would the second seed go to? So you say number 1 is Kansas City. Who gets the second seed?
Buffalo. No. Hold on. I take that back.
I mean, I think Detroit. Detroit
is either Detroit or
the second best team right now.
It's either Detroit or Philly.
Second best team? What's y'all record? Y'all got 2 losses too, right?
Right.
Y'all got 2 losses.
Detroit got 2 losses.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so
Detroit got 2 losses.
I can see Philly with the argument, but I did have. I'm not gonna even lie. I had Philly on my thing. I had when we started talking about it. I had Philly at 3 or 4 because I feel like Detroit been crushing it. I feel like Philly. They started hitting their stride after a minute, but Detroit, I just felt like Detroit has been a better team through the first up until this point of the season.
I got you. I totally understand where you're coming. We hit our stride, but we've hit an 11-game winning streak stride, CC. 11-game winning streak stride. 11 games straight. Have not lost. Now, mind you, I got you. I understand this, but this is my argument. This is why I put Philly over Detroit, and it's not because of bias. This is why. The thing about Detroit, their defense can't stop anyone. You just got to outscore Detroit. Our defense has held a great deal of teams when it comes to points. Where our defense is better than Detroit's defense. So, yeah, we're not like I just spoke about, we're definitely not a first half team. We're a second half team. But Detroit's falter is we just seen them battle to Buffalo, and that probably was how high was that damn score? 40-something to 38 or something.
Yeah, that was
40,
and that was a good game. And that was a good game too.
It was a great game.
That was a great game.
But that's why I feel like Philly's defense catapults them just a little bit higher than Detroit.
Okay.
What
you think, Trey?
I agree with that, right?
I can take Philly at number 2.
To put anti-advocate to that, Philly has lost. I mean, Detroit has lost a total of 12 starters in the season to the season, to where they're still on.
There we
pace.
go, man.
It's a part of like y'all can't sit up, y'all change the narrative a lot. So what it is like they've lost a total. Like this is the point I'm making. Philadelphia and Buffalo.
I got you. Wait, go ahead. Let him go. Watch
Philadelphia and Detroit have the same record at 12-2, but Detroit is playing with lesser talent because they're pulling people from off the street and bringing it in, or people, but they had the same record. So it's like, if you look at that, is it that Detroit is, saying they're the same record? So is it potentially that Detroit maybe is playing a little bit better ball based on they're not playing with the same people that they started the year off?
If that's the case, Trey, how we got Kansas City at number 1? Because they playing with less talent too.
Y'all said because of the better
they win it
record.
by chance.
And they win it by
I
chance.
think you agree. I think you agree with Kansas City being the
who
number
should
one
be
team.
okay? So hold on, CC. Hold on. So if
my thing is,
Kansas City ain't number one, CC,
I wasn't looking at.
Listen, CC. Hold on, CC. I got you. Hold on. So if Kansas City shouldn't be number one, who should be? And you can't say Detroit because you just argued for Detroit. So you can't say Detroit. So who you putting at number one? Buffalo?
It would be. It would be Detroit.
Detroit. Huh?
It would be Detroit. It would be
Detroit. It can't be Detroit. You just said, how does Detroit know? How you gonna put Detroit? Listen, how you put Detroit over Kansas City when Detroit got one more loss and they're playing with just as less talent as Kansas City? But
they are not playing with just as much talent. Who is Detroit missing? Who is Kansas City missing? Who is Kansas City missing?
He's missing both.
They're missing one player.
He's not missing just one player.
They're missing Rashad, the receiver.
Who?
Nope, they missing defensive backs. They missing linebackers.
Hold on, and they missing.
Kansas City been piecing it together. They missing offensive line.
Hollywood Brown is back. What do you mean?
He just got back.
Came back. He came
back 2 games ago.
He played limited minutes.
No, he just got back last week.
He played limited minutes yesterday.
He just got.
He played limited minutes yesterday. He didn't.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown.
He played limited minutes. He made some catches yesterday.
Yeah, bro,
he made a couple of catches yesterday.
So again. But like I said, the pinpoint
but
has
they was
been
missing Pacheco
Detroit
for a big chunk of the season.
14.
They had to go get Kareem Hunt off the streets.
Kareem Hunt.
They had to go get Kareem Hunt off the streets.
Sure did.
I mean, but Kareem Hunt is an effective running back. He just wasn't there.
They just got rid of
He's not a slouch
or whatever. You know what I'm
saying?
About
us changing the
but what I'm saying is they went got him off the streets.
What I'm saying is that he's not a slouch. We already know Kareem Hunt could go get it.
But he came off the street.
That's why I don't count injuries. That's why I wasn't counting.
But Kareem, like you pulling a player off
because all teams have those. All teams have
injuries. I'm talking about part of the game. Injuries are part of the game.
I'm not going to penalize you because you had, and I'm not going to reward you because you survived the season and you had a good record because of.
What I'm talking about is what we're talking about is, like you said, if you look at these teams are all together, right? And you just sit up and say it, and my thing was, okay, Kansas City, because I say they got the best record. At this point, Detroit and Philadelphia have the same record. They're both going to probably win their divisions, right? So when I look at the head-to-head,
for me, the offense was better, but now Philly offense is catching up. Like Detroit's offense been cooking all season. Is what that's the only reason I said.
Yeah, regardless of who they play, they've been running. They've been putting up.
And then his rebuttal was defense, and y'all say defense win games. So if defense win games, then I'm with Philly being number 2. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say
would put Detroit number. I mean, I don't
defense win games.
I'm just for the sake of conversation, but I would put in this case, I would put Detroit as number 2. But I mean, if y'all want to go with Philly number 2, that's fine. So what is it? Philly number 2?
I just gave my views on why I put Philly over Detroit. Because again, we're looking at a team. If we're gonna,
I feel that if
we're gonna look at Kansas City at being 14-1, we're gonna look at Kansas City being 14-1, and Philly done ran off 11 straight wins. How do you not put them over Detroit?
Well, that is the hottest streak in the league right now.
About,
we'll go.
For me, I don't mesh gameplay and records. I just don't, because it doesn't amount, because any given Sunday, like people, it depends on who you playing, when you're playing, and how you playing them. So it doesn't. So the only thing that you can look at that's a definite is how just like one team is playing. That's it.
Again, but just like you said, I got what you're saying. But just like you said, just like we said earlier, 11-game win streak is not luck. Just like 14-1 is not luck. That's not luck.
That's not luck, man.
Again, the other
luck runs out way before that.
For me, I'm saying for me. For me,
it comes into different that was play. Luck. You know what I'm saying?
That for me, it comes into the. I just look at it differently. Like
so, number 3,
who's playing.
Number 3 is Detroit. Number 3 is Detroit for me.
You got Detroit.
Number 2 is Philly for me. I said
Philly number 2, Detroit number 3. No,
number 4?
Because we're going division winners right now.
Number 4?
We're going division winners right now, right?
Yeah.
Who else winning the other division?
Number 4 is Damn.
Who we have for
Let's see. You got Houston.
We have Pittsburgh, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Los Angeles Rams.
The Rams. Houston, Pittsburgh. Wait. No. Houston,
Wait,
Pittsburgh.
only the top four. So hold up. Only the top four can get. Only a division winner can be in the first four. After this, it's going to be however it goes, which who you slip it. So after this point, the other eight can be. After this, the other eight could be named
I think Pittsburgh,
based off what you think.
Because Pittsburgh got a better record than Texans got the same record as Pittsburgh, right?
Right.
10-5. They 10-5.
No. Pittsburgh got a better record. Pittsburgh is 10-5.
Yeah, the Texans are 9-6.
9-6.
Yeah, it's got to be Pittsburgh.
So it's
Pittsburgh
left between the Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, Tampa Bay, or Los Angeles Rams.
But Pittsburgh got the better record of all of them, right?
They do.
Yeah,
because they 10-5.
Right. So yeah, for me it would it would have to be Pittsburgh in my opinion.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is my vote.
All right, 4 is Pittsburgh. All right, so now it could just go off of basically however. So who's the 5th seed? We have the Houston Texans.
Houston, in my opinion.
Tampa Bay, Minnesota,
no.
Baltimore.
No,
I think the Vikings are a better team. Plus, they spanked Houston when Houston played them earlier in the season. I like the Vikings with only 2 losses. They're another team that's sleeping with only 2 losses on their schedule. Like they 12-2 also. Like they right there with Detroit with the best teams in the league. So I think you got to put the Vikings. Got to come.
I thought the Vikings was already off the board.
No, they're on.
No. We took Detroit. For that division.
Did this fucker just throw?
So who's left is you have Houston, Tampa Bay, and Los Angeles Rams who are left as division champions, and then you have Minnesota, Baltimore, Green Bay, and Washington. Who gets the 5th pick? 5th seed? Minnesota.
Minnesota gets my vote, man. Like I said, they 12-2. They get my vote.
Fucking Kenny Pickett, bro.
Oh, you know what? You know someone else that's left that we ain't saying nothing about? Buffalo. Buffalo's still around.
Oh man, I thought Buffalo had the division.
So do you take Pittsburgh out?
I thought Buffalo was you take Pittsburgh off. Buffalo should be in the top 4. What are we talking about? We didn't mention Buffalo, huh? I'm sorry, Pittsburgh got to go.
Wait, who's the top 4? Wait, who was the top 4 then? Who did we put in?
Kansas City, Detroit, Philly, and
Kansas
Pittsburgh.
City. Yeah,
no, we didn't
Philly,
put Pittsburgh.
Detroit, and then Pittsburgh.
He did.
Yeah, we did
Pittsburgh.
because we didn't talk about Buffalo, and now he's just now mentioning Buffalo again. We all forgot Buffalo.
Oh well, yeah, Buffalo definitely before Pittsburgh.
So that's got to chill.
Yeah.
So Buffalo at 4.
I was like, hold up. Yeah, Buffalo at 4, definitely.
All right. So now who's 5? Minnesota or Pittsburgh?
Minnesota.
I still got Minnesota. They got a better record.
Minnesota got to be before Pittsburgh.
Who's at 6?
LA.
Oh.
At 6? So we still have
the
Houston,
Rams?
Tampa Bay, Rams, Baltimore, Green Bay, Washington.
Baltimore then.
And Pittsburgh, right?
No, we just put Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh and Washington. No, Pittsburgh and Washington is still left too.
We took Pittsburgh off the list.
Pittsburgh came off at number 4, and then you still put Minnesota at number 5.
Yeah.
So Houston.
We got 5 teams now. We just got to go 5 through 12. I mean 6 through 12.
Yeah. Houston, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, the Rams, Baltimore, Green Bay, Washington.
At 6?
Yeah.
Man, doesn't matter who you like more at that point. Who you liking, Trey? You ain't saying nothing out there. Who you liking?
I ain't got no talk in this fight now.
I mean, Baltimore sound good. I mean, but it's the 6th seed though.
The 6th seed. I mean, based off what y'all were saying earlier, it would be Based on what y'all were saying earlier, you would think it would be Pittsburgh, but now they're going up against Baltimore. Green Bay, who y'all was saying, Green Bay is
and they just lost. They just took an ugly loss to Baltimore.
Green Bay at this point is 2-10.
They got the same record as Baltimore, right?
Huh?
But they got the same record as Baltimore, right? Baltimore just beat them down yesterday, man. So it's kind of, if they was going division winner, since they in the league division winner,
Green Bay
now that
is
it don't
10-4.
matter. Baltimore kind of.
Green Bay is 10-4. So with the loss, so whether they win or lose, they're going to even have a better continue to have a better record than Pittsburgh, or they're going to have the same record as Pittsburgh.
So it's Green Bay or Pittsburgh, is what you're saying?
When I look at it, it's between Pittsburgh, Baltimore, or Green Bay. If you're looking at records.
Okay, so I think this year the NFC is tougher. Well, no, just as tough as the AFC has been in the last couple of years. So that sways me a little bit, but I would go Green Bay in that slot. Like I think they tougher than.
Are you in agreement with that?
I think the NFC is a little bit tougher.
Green Bay at 6.
Yeah.
All right. So 7 goes to. Is Baltimore or Green Bay in 7 at 7? And you still got Houston that's out there. Tampa Bay and Los Angeles.
You on 7?
Yeah, on 7.
I'd take Pittsburgh in that slot. I mean, I don't know. We lose this thing though. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh.
So at 8,
since they all winning the division.
Houston. At Houston, you got 8. You have Houston, Tampa Bay, the Rams, Baltimore, or Washington.
Man, that's tough. I like Houston.
Is Baltimore finally getting here?
Are they as good as Baltimore? Are they as good as Baltimore? I think you got to go Baltimore, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be the only one picking, man. Y'all quiet on those picks. Like,
Trey ain't said nothing.
I ain't saying nothing because I obviously have a different view of it, and I've been getting Trump 2-1. So I'm just so it's already the majority.
No, it's not even.
That don't mean you be quiet. That's not.
I'm not being quiet. If y'all say something,
yes,
believe me.
Name one of the ones you done made a pick since we had a difference.
I've had to agree. I've been agreeing with what y'all.
No, you have not been agreeing. You've been writing down. You have not been agreeing.
No, I'm saying I'm not saying anything because I was like, okay, I can see that. No, I can understand that.
So you make the next pick then. That way. Go there. Since you saying you.
I mean, at this point, it's getting simple.
All right, well, go then. If it makes it easier for you, then.
At number 9.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Houston.
Oh, never mind. No, don't pick no more. So I
mean, because who's left is at number 9. Who you have left is Houston, Tampa Bay, Los Angeles, Washington.
And by Los Angeles, that's the Rams, right?
Yeah, the Rams, because the Chargers didn't get in.
Okay.
You said Houston, Tampa Bay, Los Angeles, and who?
And Washington.
And you pick Houston?
Yeah. They're the only division. I mean, there's 3 division champions left and 1 at large. So I would presume that the Washington's going to be the 12th seed as at large. And then, although they have a better record than the Rams, but is the Washington Commanders a better team than the Los Angeles Rams?
Is Houston a better team than the Los Angeles Rams?
You know what? You have a point.
I think I get Houston a little bit.
That's very subjective. I think that it might be Rams, legitly.
I get them a little bit. Rams at number 9.
The Rams at number 9, then, which is saying this is starting to say a lot about Houston.
Is that what we're saying?
I mean, it sounds like it.
Is that what we said?
You don't think you think you get Houston over the Rams?
That's hard. I feel like because they both ain't they both 8-9-6? 9-6.
No, the Rams are 8-6. The Texans are 9-6. So technically, the Texans has a better record than them, but they just played too. So if the Rams was to win today, then they have the same record.
So that's Matthew Stafford, man. So,
for me, Houston staying third and forever too much for me.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Houston. Okay. I mean, I'm with Houston.
So the Rams at 9.
Yeah, Houston number 9. I take
Houston number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston at 9.
So who's that? So who's 10?
Even though they stay at third and long too much for me, man. Excuse me.
And who's at 10 then? You have you have 2 division champions in the Tampa Bay and on the Rams, and then the Washington Commanders left. So 3 teams left. 2 division champions.
I think 10 got to be the Rams, right? We just argued about them in the 9 spot. They got to be 10, right?
So interesting enough. So okay, yeah, they're the same. They currently have the same record as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
There he go. There he go. There he go. There he go. There he goes. CC, change it up, dog. Change it up, dog. Change it up, dog.
Look, Saquon,
change it up, dog.
Man, I must be magic or something, because as soon as I said they start clowning, right? Like, Saquon he gonna be number 1 by the end of the day, huh? He gonna be back at MVP by the end of the day.
Change it up. This is still the first half. And that man already had almost 100 yards. He's almost at 100 already in the first half. Change it up, CC. Don't
Trey.
Game changer. Don't take your eyes away.
Trey, that's what we talked about on earlier shows. Game changer.
Trey, I want you to see this next MVP.
Your running back ain't doing nothing if they ain't doing this. If they can't do this.
Look at this. This is 100 yards right here. This got to be 100 yards. Look, bop, and it's off to the races, baby. It's off to the races. See you when I see you, baby.
But did you see that he wasn't even touched? He wasn't even touched. What kind of they playing against a shell defense out there?
Bruh,
he wasn't even touched. Good blocking though, but then good run.
Great blocking.
But that's what I'm saying, Trey. How many gonna take it to the house like that? Like,
not only that, because Pickett is in, they're putting 8 in the box, and he's still doing this. Let's go. Who's the MVP, CC? Let me hear it again.
Jared Allen. What do you mean?
No, get out of here.
For the end of the day,
Josh Allen.
Like I said, I came in. Josh Allen, Saquon making a strong comeback, right?
I mean, they did exactly that's like you said. They put 11 in the box. Like you, I mean, they put 7. They put 8 in the box. All you gotta do is beat the 8. After that, the receivers is gone. Everyone else is gone. And that's all that showed to me. They said we got hat on hat, and then it was going to.
What does that got to do with MVP? That ain't got nothing. That's bad defense on y'all. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
What I'm saying is that you said that you said because of Pickett, they're putting 8 in the box, in which they was 8 in the box, and all they did was put a hat on hat. They collided, and he just got through the hole. It was one person to beat who had someone to run. That's what's supposed to happen.
That doesn't mean that you're. This is what you fail to realize, Trey. Out of all the backs in the NFL, all backs can't do that. It's about the right cut at the right time, seeing the holes. Every back is not going to be able to do that. There's probably a handful of backs that can make those right decisions. To make
I can sit up and name a good amount of
backs. And then take it to the house, though.
And then take it to the house.
Be able to do what?
Derrick Henry ain't the fastest of people.
Because I'm seeing all these.
Derrick Henry can.
Because I'm seeing
Derrick Henry can do that. Christian McCaffrey can do that. Alvin Kamara can do that.
No.
Mixon can do that.
Maybe
Kane could do that.
Man, the rest of these running backs, I see get caught.
Austin Eckler could do that.
Let's just keep it real.
No.
Because if they could, why they not? Then why they not doing it?
If they could, then we would have more running backs. We would have more running backs.
Because they're not loading the box like that and having that opportunity. Like he just
so that means what? So hold on, CC. So that means what? So that means what, Trey? That they're not that type of threat. Then, if they're not loading the box, that means they're not that type of threat. That's you proving our point.
No, that means that they got other players. You just said they loading the box because Pickett is in the game. It's not. They wouldn't do that if it was Jamal. If it was Hurts.
Yes, they did. They did it the last game. They put 8 in the box
and it didn't work for them.
Huh?
It didn't work for them. They lost the game.
Exactly, but they still put 8 in the box with Jalen Hurts in, trying to stop Saquon, and he still ran over 100 yards.
I think
last two, of course, I put Washington at 12 and Tampa Bay at 11. Is that y'all agree with that?
Tampa Bay got 11 by default. Washington got 12 by default too. But that's a good list, though. I mean,
so
I can't argue with the list.
Is first round, Washington will be playing Minnesota. Houston will be playing Baltimore. Tampa Bay will be playing Green Bay, and LA Raiders, the Rams will be playing Pittsburgh.
Those are good games.
Okay. So we'll continue this next week. We'll see where we got to eliminate, right?
Yeah.
We got to pick who we gonna get all the way down to.
Those are good games.
So that
I wouldn't be disappointed in seeing any of those matchups.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should take those teams in which we put in that bracket and how we did it, and have them play on Madden and see how they would turn out. Because it's hypothetical. It's hypothetical. It's our list. So it's hypothetical anyway. So hypothetically, if we put those teams against those teams,
and Madden let it play out, let it simulate.
Yep, on all Madden, let it simulate, and all Madden, of course, best players versus best.
Well, you have to do that because I don't have all Madden. I didn't get Madden.
Okay, but yeah.
So you have to run it.
Send me that list. Let me see it, and I can throw it on there.
Y'all have it. That sounds good.
Yeah, I like it. I think that'll be dope.
So, like you said, next week after him simulating, we'll go through with the results, and then we'll sit up and go through and say who it is will be into the next round and who would they be playing. The simulation of Madden compared to what we thought it would be having, and then we'll go ahead and let it run through. Going from there, there's a So are we going to be on here on Wednesday morning? Oh, you know what? I got to call. Well, are we going to be here Wednesday morning? Because it's 2 games Wednesday morning.
What time?
9, the earliest. Or no, it depends on when you open gifts. I don't because JoJo. I don't know what time y'all. What time y'all?
Well, open gifts. So we going to Killeen.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to Killeen. So I mean, I can still do it, but I'm just saying I won't be here. I won't be at home.
Well, yeah, not anywhere which you get a West Coast. So 9 o'clock could be easy. So that probably definitely be out because there's only 2 games we can talk about, and then we can still say the rest of this for
Sunday.
For Sunday.
I'm with it.
Sunday.
All right, 9 o'clock on Wednesday for the 2 games on net. That's going to be on Netflix. I wonder how that's going to go. We see that happen.
What?
Man, NFL, man, y'all killing me with all these streams, man. I love
say that part,
That's
DC.
too many streams.
Say that part, CC. Like you literally got to go through all these streaming services to find a damn game. Like, come on, man.
Right.
What happened to the ABCs, the NBCs, and CBSs? Yeah. What happened to what happened to the major networks? Where they at? Like, damn.
Step
y'all
up your
been doing
game,
it. ABC, CBS, and NBC been doing it for decades. Now y'all gonna give it to these streaming networks?
And the crazy part is they know they got the money.
That part.
NBC, go on, lock it up.
Come on, man.
Fox, go on.
Peacock is NBC.
Fox, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all giving it to these streaming networks. Next thing you know, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be the shit gonna be pay-per-view watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fearing. Is that pretty soon it's gonna be pay-per-view on the biggest games, right?
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to see Lamar versus Patrick no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pay-per-view.
What we doing?
The Super Bowl pay-per-view.
So that's the show for today. Like you said, we'll be back Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock Eastern or 7 Pacific Standard Time. so we can talk a little bit about what has happened as of late, maybe some of the bowl games. Because I know a couple of our teams that have been played in the bowls game. Did Oklahoma make it to a bowl game?
Yeah, we played. We played in Dallas this on Friday.
Okay, and USC plays on the 27th as well against Texas A&M. So we'll be able to talk a little bit about some of the bowl games.
Colorado playing here. Colorado playing here.
Saturday. On Alamo Bowl.
Yeah, here. They here.
So we'll be able to talk about some of those, some of the bowl games, as well as the upcoming for that for those two games on Sunday morning, setting the table. For setting the games for Wednesday morning, setting the table for Sunday morning, and go from there. Before we get off here, Bishop, and on back, I'll have to holler at you right quick on the back when we get ready to go off the air before you drop off. But it's been, like I said, more to come with our rendition of the NFL's CFB. We know what the other CFB, y'all, I understand. I am Boise State. I ain't going to say Boise's going to win the national championship, but I do think Boise will get to the third round. That's my take on it.
Okay. So you got them beating Penn State. Got you.
I got them beating Penn State.
Roger that.
I think they're going to beat Penn State. At minimum, they'll get Penn State.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, any last words before we drop off?
No, y'all enjoy y'all holidays. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Happy Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Be safe out there.
Condolences to the family, as we know.
Safe travels.
Ricky Henderson passed away just this past weekend. But shout out to Juju. We got our lick back.
Legend. Yeah, Juju and Paige put on a show yesterday. Juju them held on for the win though. They held on for the win. But hey, Juju hit the big shot when you need to. I like that. I like that.
So until then, peace out. We'll holler at y'all come Wednesday. We'll be back. And then again on Sunday. All love. Y'all know what it is. Personal Formation. Happy holidays. We out of here.